Hello punters and welcome to another Saturday racing special. Of course, looking at the preview tomorrow at Moonee Valley. Of course, got the Cox Plate. Really looking forward. Terrific meeting as always. We'll also be looking at Ramwick in my next video, which got a couple of decent races over there. If you haven't already done so, go and check out my Manicato Stakes preview for tonight and all the races there, including my tips for all of them, all my best chances. You'll be able to see that on my channel and possibly might even see it in the featured videos down below. But looking at tomorrow's Moonee Valley meeting, as you can tell by the title of this video, looking at good form at the moment tomorrow, but there is a bit of rain about, so really probably keep an eye on it tonight, see what the track does tonight and how it plays out when starting the form tomorrow. Unfortunately, I don't have that that sort of luxury. I'm just going to have to go off of what I've seen so far and just go off the track conditions of a good track, possibly a soft 5, soft 6. We'll have to wait and see how we go. But we'll give it our best shot. We'll try and find plenty of winners for tomorrow. And if not, hopefully we'll find plenty of good chances, which is also what I like to do here. If you've got something that you like, I'll make a good push for it potentially in this video. So look at the first race of the card at Moonee Valley. It's the over 1,000 metres, the English Banner. A lot of new fresh starters here, but a lot with exposed form, 2-year-old form as far. Look at the speed map here. I'd say that, well, we know Mildred will definitely go forward, and Bella Nipotina, Jaffrey. Then a couple of those horses on the outside have shown a bit of speed in the trials as well. So, as always, 1,000-metre race is always highly contested contest. But look, for me, I think Mildred's a good price here at $5.50. It's had 2 wins from 2 so far, so you can't really knock the form. I know they're both up the straight, both 1,000 metres, but it's drawn gate number 1 here. It's going to lead more than likely, or at least find a good spot. So I think it's really hard to beat. I think $5.50 and the 220 the place is actually a pretty good price. So I'm going to take that about in and put it on top. The other horse I want to put in for second is number 7, Marnix, written Tycoon Colt for James Cummings, who's, of course, been flying. The blinkers are on first time, which is an interesting gear change. It's got a sticky barrier number 3. It's just going to have to do a bit of work there. And Craig Williams had to find a good spot. But I think it's got a very good chance. Number 4, it's a deal. I'll put that in for third. Its recent Cranbourne trial was terrific. Won that by 2.5 lengths, being obligatory. Looks very impressive there. Hugh Bowman in the saddle, drawn nice. A lot of ticks for that horse, so I could give it a great chance in for third. And the other one I want to give a bit of a chance at a bit of odds is number 14, Something Foxy, Linda Meach in the saddle for Kieran Mark David Eustace. This is a Foxbridge filly. She looks to have a little bit of ability as well. So can't make too much of a case. A lot of them haven't got the exposed form. It's got to go off the jump outs and trials from what we've seen so far. But yeah, look, for me, I'd like to have, I'm going to stick with the race day form and have number 9, Mildred, on top for me at the $5.50. Ahead of number 7, Marnix in for second. In for third, number 4, It's a Deal. And in for fourth, number 14, Something Foxy, just at a bit of odds there. Moving to race number 2, it's a 6-horse race here, 955-metre open race. It's the Strathmore Bendigo Bank Handicap. Look at the speed map of this one. So I'd like to think so. All over Boston Oval, probably get forward. Maku Boy, Holbein, Fine Dane, they're all a speed runners, so it's going to be a very fastly paced run race. And as such, I think it might set up really nice for number 4, Esperance here. It's $1.90, but I think this race just looks to map perfectly for it. It's going to get a great run into the race. It's had a long spell, and that's my main concern, but its trials leading in have been very sharp. It looks to be well on track, ready to go. It had a pretty good preparation last prep, never missed a top 4 finish. So with a lot of the bookmakers offering the sort of the first, second, or third, I think we can take that with a bit of confidence. And I'm happy to have it on top, ahead of number 1, All Over Boston Over, who gets that nice barrier 1 draw. I'm just not sure where it's going to be in the run, but its recent run behind Tavisan at Cranbourne is definitely good enough to win this. An open race there looks to be a very good form race, and prior that was 5 lengths off Soothing at Moorfield listed race there. So it should be around the mark. Number 1, All Over Boston Over, in for second. In for third, number 6, Like to Think So, of the on-speed runners. I think this will be another one that will probably be hanging on late. It's coming into this first up. It's only missed a placing once first up, and that was last preparation where it contested a benchmark 78 at Flemington, where it was beaten by Parsifal on that occasion. Then it went and finished narrowly behind Northern River and Highland Beat. So some decent form lines there for this horse. So I think it's got a bit of a chance at an each-way price. Be up on speed. The other horse I want to make a bit of a case for is number 2, Holbein. I thought it was a bit of over the odds as well for Stephen Richards. Its first up coming to this, got nice first up stats. It was contested some very good races last preparation. I mean, you're looking around form of Romancer and Order of Command, look at Reykjavik form. So Kentucky Breeze is very good form. Tavasand, so really good form lines there. This horse has never missed a placing at the track, so I think it'll be right up there in the finish. So recap the numbers for me. I think number 4 Esperance is the one to beat here. It's come off a big gap, and $1.90 is probably a bit skinny, so hopefully we can get a bit bigger odds on the race day. But I really think it is a class above these, and the race looks like it's gonna perfectly suit it. The only thing we have to keep an eye on is how the track plays on Friday night, well tonight. And obviously see how that plays for Saturday. But we'll put that on top ahead of number 1, all over Boston Oval for second. In for third, number 6, Like to Think So. And for fourth, number 2, Holbein. Moving to race number 3, 600 metre, 3-year-old fillies, Group 2. It's the Antler Luggage Fillies Classic. And looking at the speed map in this one, I'd say that not a whole lot of speed. I'd say aspect ratio will find the top, maybe nudge or use the inside barrier to get forward, but not a whole lot of speed in this. And as such, it makes it quite interesting from a form perspective, and as such I have gone with the front runner number 4 aspect ratio. I think it's got a great chance to win here. It beat Relucent last time out. It was very good during the week over 2,200 metres at Bendigo. That of course, at Geelong. That was the Geelong Classic. Ran a good race there, so that form line's very good. Prior to that's got form behind Quick Thinker and Fun Star, so that's terrific form to bring into this. As mentioned, beyond speed, I think he could dictate the terms. James McDonald in the saddle, I think it'll be extremely hard to beat. So I've got it on top ahead of number 1, Fashino, who won't be far off the speed either. Was terrific behind Moonee Made last time out. It was really charging home with some gusto in the Manifold Stakes at Flemington. Wasn't a whole lot making ground for that day. This horse did come from midfield, but that was a terrific run. Prior to that, form round I Am Eloquent, which is quite nice form to bring into this as well. So this horse has got a very good chance. Number 1, Fashino, and for second. In for third, number 5, Asiago. Probably won't be too far off either, I wouldn't think. Had a few good wins recently. It's at 3 in a row, in fact, and it's a bit of form. It's a big step up here. It goes from a 64 up to a Group 2 race, but I think it's got a decent chance, so I'm going to put it in for third. And then in for fourth, I'm going to put number 3, La Falaise. I think this horse has got a decent chance coming back from form behind Acting in the Guineas Prelude. And again, a day that didn't really, not a whole lot made ground that day, and this horse was charging the line well. And prior to that was form around the Lifeline, who's been in some decent form and exhilarates. So this horse has been around some good form lines as well, probably a little bit over the odds at $6.50. So a very difficult race number 3, Quantum Mechanic. I've got a bit of time for it. It's coming out of a maiden win at Cranbourne. It's still a maiden. It went round as a short price favourite and didn't quite get there last time out. But this horse has got a bit of upside. It could perhaps give this a bit of a shake nudge. Has got form around Asiago. Only was beaten by 0.2 length last time out. And of course, Beauty Bolt was in that same Moonlight Made race. So very interesting. But look, I'm going to have number 4 aspect ratio on top here because I think the speed map, it just looks set up perfectly for this horse. I think it'll be extremely hard to beat. Ahead of number 1, Vashino for second. I said no knock, just a bit worried about the lack of tempo in the race that could potentially happen. So I'm going to put him for second. In for third, number 5, Asiago. And in for fourth, number 3, La Falaise. Move on to race number 4. It's the PFD Food Services Crockett Stakes for the 3-year-old fillies over 1,200 metres. Look at the speed map in this one. I'd say Vada into Mint will be up there. Villamine way up in the sky. They're probably the 2 speed horses. They'll probably try and spear across on the outside. And I think Villamine is going to be pretty hard to beat here. I think it is short enough in the market, though. It is now $2.15. Wouldn't want to take too much shorter than that, but I think it is a bit better than these horses. So I'm happy to have it on top. I have number 1 way up in the sky, who, if it follows it across, they'll be probably the 2 that will be the hardest to beat. This horse was terrific behind TRF last time out and was excellent up the straight at Flemington, winning, beating Absolute Flu on that occasion. This horse will be around the mark as well. I think it's got a good chance. Number 2, Lankan Star's probably been forgotten about a bit here in the market. It's been in much tougher grade, and it was actually really good in that California Zimbal race on Caulfield Guineas Day. And I thought it was a good run in the Thoroughbred Club Stakes, and I think that the format of that race will be very good, and I'll explain why a bit later on with Loving Gabby. But I think this horse got a great chance. I think it's way over the odds. This horse only finished 1.3x off way up in the sky, 3 starts back. And way up in the sky goes around at $5.50. This one goes around 26. So I think it's well over the odds. So I'm going to have it in for third. Then in for fourth, number 9, Hint of Mint. This horse has shown a bit of ability so far. It beat Night Express last time out, who's got form, some decent maiden form that leading into that race. I think that's actually a very nice win. I think this horse got a lot of upside. It has to step up here and perform in good company, but I think it's got a great chance. The other horse, I think, also coming out of that form behind number number one way up in the sky is Don't Tell the Boss. I think it's got a great chance as well. I left out my numbers, but I think it's got a definite chance. It's been really knocking on the door, so it wouldn't surprise me if that horse comes out wins. So if you want to back that, I wouldn't go against it. Look, for me, number 3, Villamite, I think it's got the superior form lines. It was absolutely terrific on speed, that Moonee Valley race. It had no right to stay on and really did kick on. And I was only just narrowly beaten by Loving Gabby. Prior to that, 4-round Libertini. For me, it doesn't get much better than that. $2.15 is short enough in the market. I'm happy to have it on top at this stage. I'm hoping we get a bit of a bigger price later on. Number 1 way up in the sky in for second. In for third, number 2, Lancaster. So I've just put it in because I think it's a bit of overs and I think it could run a good race here. And in for fourth, number 9, Hinter Mint. As I mentioned, a bit of respect for number 6, Don't Tell the Boss as well. Moving on to race number 5, it's the 1300 Australia Stakes over the 1200 metres, 3-year-old Group 3 race here. Look at the speed map. This one, I'd say Sartorial Splendor, Hearty Lass, and 3 Beans will be the speed horses. Say Viking Warrior will try and get across on the outside as well, and Condos Express probably won't be too far off. So quite interesting speed map, this one. And look, for me, I'm actually quite keen to play number 1 Condos Express here. I think it gets a really nice run of the race. Might have been a bit forgotten about here. I think it's a good price, actually. And last round, I was just beaten 2 point-out lengths by Anahid, who goes around in the Group 1 Manicato Stakes tonight. Prior to that was really good beating Hightail at Moonee Valley, and then prior to that, Assateer. So this horse won 2 from 2 from the track. I think at $3.80, it's a pretty nice price. I'm happy having it on top. Ahead of number 7, Cielo Dollar. This horse has got Cielo Doro, sorry. Last start was beaten by Rumble Doll, who I think is no slouch. Prior to that was won a good maiden race at Geelong. The blinkers come on first time, which is an interesting gear change. I think this horse could go see a lot of improvement from that. So I think this horse has got a good chance in for second. In for third, number 2, Lucifer's Award. I think it's a bit of overs here. I thought this horse been really knocking on the door. It was really good behind Tarry F last time out. Finished 4th, but only a length by on that occasion. The format's been good. Prior to that was beaten by 0.6 of a length by Garner. The race set up for Garner on that occasion. Then prior to that, beat Ginny Ann at Sandown and beat them quite convincingly. So I think this horse is perhaps a bit of overs once again here, so I'm going to have it in for third. And the other horse that's below the odds, number 4, Viking Warrior. I can't believe this horse is $23, and I'll probably have something each way. It was a little bit disappointing last time out in the Caulfield, the Blue Sapphire, but that was a good race, and that was won by Anahid, who goes around in Group 1 here. Prior to that, beat Free Thrills Ballarat quite nicely and had good form last preparation. I think this horse is going at massive odds, and with Mark Zahra in the saddle, I could definitely entertain having an each way go at it. But look, I'm going to go number 1 Condos Express here. I just think it's got the right form and it's been up and around the market. It's paying $1.75, which I think is a pretty good place price. Sorry. In for second, number 7, Cielo Doro. I said I think the blinkers will make a good change to this horse. In for third, number 2, Lucifer's Award. And in for fourth, number 4, Viking Warrior, who I could definitely entertain having an each way go at. Moving to race number 6 over the Cox Plate. This is a 2,040 metres. It's the Drummond Golf Vase, for the 3-year-olds, Group 2 race here. Looking at the speed map, I'd say Budget King. Actually, Budget King's running today, so it won't be in the race. So Battenberg and Fabianski will be on the speed. So seriously, Azon and Bailey's will be just in behind them. If Bailey's runs, I'm not too sure on that one either. So could end up with a pretty small field here. And look, as such, I really do think number 3, Seriously A's will be hard to beat here, and it's paying $8.50. I think that's a generous price. It was very good winning last start at Caulfield. That was on the Blue Sapphire day, and that was really hard to come from the back that day. There wasn't a whole lot that came from deep in the field and won that. So I think that performance was terrific. Prior to that, was a little bit unlucky in the Oaks preview. What was? Yeah, the Derby preview. And then prior to that, it was really good winning at Bendigo, beating the Mockingbird. So I think this horse is well over the odds, looks to get the perfect run of the race. Just hope it gets a little bit of luck. It'll be extremely hard to beat. Number 1, Battenberg for second, who I think is short enough, but it's got the right form. It's coming behind form on Shadow Hero, which I think is the best form. Shadow Hero is the Derby favourite. Just to say, I thought it was just a fraction short. I mean, it was that one good run. Prior to that, its form was average. So I'm looking to perhaps look around it. Just I think $2.40 is a bit short. In the third, number 9, Moonlight Maid, who, as I mentioned, was terrific. And I've already mentioned some of the format of that race. I think will be franked, so we'll be able to see earlier on in the day with the likes of Fashino going around. I think this horse got a good chance here once stepping up in distance. Mitchell Freeman's always said this horse will get better as it steps out. So I'll give it a great chance. As I said, just with that lack of tempo in the race, it's going to be really good to come from back in the field. The other horse I want to give a bit of a chance is number 5, Soul Patch, who was terrific winning last start. Sorry, 2 starts back, and then it obviously went round in the Caulfield Guineas behind Super Seth, and was never able to come in from the back on that occasion, but it was still a top run. It went from way back in the field to finish 8th, and it was a good run. And I mean, Super Seth and Alligator Blood did gap the field on that occasion, so don't read too much in that margin. I think this horse got a decent chance as well, but Independent Road's another one I didn't add in. I think I've got a good high pin on it. I just think that the map perhaps doesn't suit it too well. It was really good behind Warning last time out, as I said. I just think there's a few coming out of better form lines. But for me, I want to have number 3, Seriously A's on top. I think it's good each way value at the $8.50. Number 1, Battenberg of a second. As I said, just way too short for me off one good run. Albeit it is the best form in the race. But just that, it's only had that one good run, and $2.40 is a bit short for me. In for third, number 9, Moonlight Maid. And for fourth, number 5, Soul Patch. Moving on to race number 7, it's the Moonee Valley Gold Cup, 2,500 metres, Group 2 race here. Looking at the speed map for this one, I'd say that Ventura Storm, Hunting Horn will be at the front, and Sully won't be too far off. Alpharus will be just in behind them. Not a whole lot of speed in the race, so it'd be interesting to see how they go along here. I'm a little bit concerned about the speed in the race, but I think this horse got a huge chance, and it's number 7, Humidor, and he's into $4.20 now, which is a little bit frustrating. I was hoping I'd get a bit of a bigger price, but he was absolutely terrific last time out in the Ladbroke Stakes behind Cape of Good Hope, of course, on Guineas Day. That was a terrific run, and I think it's got a great chance here to run well again. I think it doesn't map terrifically, but I think that if it gets itself close enough, it'll be really hard to beat. So I've got it ahead of number 5, Hunting Horn, who, by the speed map, it maps absolutely perfectly with this horse. It comes across here, form around Magical, which I know it was finished 7.5 lengths behind on that occasion, but it's got, look at it, its last sort of 7 runs have been in Group 1 company. Steps back to Group 2 here, form, and I think it's just got a decent chance. Look, the race looks to set up perfectly for this horse, so I think it's got a great chance. So at the $8.50, I'm happy to have it in for second. In for third, number 4, Downdraft, Joseph O'Brien, John Allen in the saddle. I think this horse got great chance first up. I think it's got a lot of ability, and it's going to looks mapped to get a good run in the race as well. So I'm going to have it in for third. Then in for fourth, the favourite, number 6, Mr. Quickie. I just think it's a bit short for me. I mean, it's going to be a long way back more than likely, and it's not going to have, I guess, the tempo in the race to sprint from the back. It was okay in that Caulfield Cup race, and I get it's got the best form leading into this, but for me, yeah, I'm not too convinced. I need to see something before I can back it at the $2.90, sorry. Before I need to see a better run before I can back it at $2.90. It's just a bit short for me. So recap the numbers. Number 7, Humidor on top for me to beat. Number 5, Hunting Horn in for second. In for third, number 4, Downdraft. And in for fourth, number 6, Mr. Quickie. Move on to race number 8. It's the Schweppes Crystal Mile Group 2 race over 600 metres. Look at the speed map in this one. So that Dream Castle, Cliff's Edge and Dreamforce will be the 2 leaders more than likely. Go Chop won't be far off. And Best of Days will be just in behind them. Interesting little speed map here. I think number 6, Dream Castle's well over the odds here. I was pretty keen on it last time out. I was a little bit disappointed with its run. Was in that Cape of Good Hope race at the Ladbroke Stakes, but I think it'll be much better second up here. It's never missed a place second up in its career. Obviously, the distance range, it's coming back to the mile, which is an interesting move, but barrier 1, I think it's just gets the perfect run of the race in behind the speed. Might be able to get out and just finish over the top of him. So I think I'm going to have a bit of a spec each way. Ahead of number 1, Go Chop, who's flying at the moment. He was okay on speed in that Ladbroke Stakes race there, and prior to that, his run behind Blackheart Bart in the Underwood Stakes was enormous. He was 3 wide, no cover, and he still kicked on to the end. The blinkers come on first time. Interesting gear change there. That might take something, put something into this horse that it needs. So I'm going to put it in for second. In the third, number 3, Dreamforce. So as I mentioned, the speed map, it just looks perfectly for it. It was disappointing last time out in the Tab Epsom, but the tongue tie comes on this time round. If you can repeat the sort of form I had prior to that, but it finished behind Avilius, then of course beat Tiakau Shark, who went and finished second in that Tab Epsom race. It'll be very close here, and it looks very much, the run looks like it's going to suit it perfectly. And the other horse I want to make a bit of a chance for is right down the bottom, number 13, Madison County. It's going to be a long way back, and it's going to need a good tempo, but I think it's building towards a win here, and I think it could be a top chance. The other one who I've left out, number 10, Second Darrenbat, I think he's low-level flying as well. He's very close to a win. It was very good last time out behind Fierce Impact in the Turak handicap, so he'll go very close. He just has never won at this track before from 3 goes, so I'm a little bit worried about that. But look, Dead Agent's another one as well for Jimmy Collin. I think it's got a bit of a chance as well. It was pretty good first up on Rich Itch, and the blinkers come on first time, so maybe that's a bit of overs with the Singapore form and Michael Rod riding it, who's ridden the horse before. But for me, look, I'm keen about number 6, Dream Castle here. I think each way odds, it's never missed a place second up, so I'm willing to go with it. I think it gets the run of the race. I'm going to have it on top there, number 1, Gallo Chop, who shouldn't be far off the speed. In for third, number 3, Dream Force, and then for fourth, number 13, Madison County for me. We have a race number 9. This is the Group 1 Ladbrokes Cox Plate, 2,040 metres. This is the big one. We're looking at the speed map here. We've got a terrific field this year. I mean, it's the first time in a while we've had a full field. Obviously, no winks. A lot more people are keen to get involved in it. So, look, we really will miss the champ. But I think in terms of racing, it's great that she's moved on now. We get this open race. In terms of the punters, we can really sort of launch into something now with a bit of confidence. Look at the speed map here. If Gallo Chop gets gets in on the emergency, it will find the front. Harlem won't be far off. So Black Art Bar will be on the speed, and Homesman, similar to Dream Castle, if it's in the race, will be up there as well. But not a whole lot of speed. Magic Wand might be up there as well. And as such, I think this horse Magic Wand is going to be really hard to beat, number 10. It isn't a winner, which does concern me a bit. It's had 18 starts for just the 2 wins, but it's got the right form leading in here. It finished by Magical last time out in Ireland. That horse since came out, won at Royal Ascot, the Group 1 race there. Prior to that, it was beaten by Bricks and Motar. Then prior to that, it was beaten by Enable, was tailed out on that occasion. But this horse that has only missed the placing in Group 1 racing, 5 of 6 times. So, I mean, it's usually up there and in the finish. So, for me, an each way perspective, I think it's a great price at the $14. It looks mapped to get a perfect run of the race. So, I'm going to have it on top for me. Ahead of number 9, Liz Gracieux, who, as we mentioned, the Japanese form was looking terrific. It was a great win by Murder Glass in the Caulfield Cup. This horse is first up here, and from all the reports, this horse is possibly better than Murder Glass, really. So, interesting take on it. It's got the best ratings coming out of Japan. So, I really do respect the spruik, and Parrot's come over here in good order. But for me, $3.50 off just some hype, I'm not too sure. And Barrett 15 doesn't help either. So, I'm going to put him for second. In for third, number 8, Dancer Tira. This horse has been prepped for this race. It obviously had a setback last time. I was meant to have a lead-up run into this, so it does concern me a little bit. I did have it as a top Cox Plate chance, but for me, coming in this first up is a little bit more difficult than the original plan second up, but I still think I'll be running on late into the placings. And the other horse I want to give a bit of a chance to is number 2, Avilius. I think he'll be coming home late. He's really hitting his best form now. He was pretty good last time out behind Cape of Good Hope. He came from back in the field. There wasn't a whole lot that did come from back in the field that day, so I think that's decent enough, and he's always around the mark of Villiers, so I think he'll be coming home late. The other horse I want to give a bit of a chance, number 6, Kingswell Dream, has the wide barrier, but he'll be well in the finish. I think he's in top form at the moment. Number 13, Very Elegant. Well, it'd be interesting because I don't think they'll go very quick for it. As such, she might over race. But her track work at Moonee Valley was terrific the other day. So she could definitely entertain each way go at her. And Chris Waller said that she's building towards her best. And I just mentioned it there. Chris Waller, I mean, he's been winning all the big races. So who's to say he won't get another one? Castle Vecchio, he's had a lot of support actually. He's in the weights at the 49 kilos. So he's right down the bottom. So he dropped some 56.5 last time out behind Shadow Hero, which is good form. That's the favourite for the Derby. He now comes in this with only 49 kilos. Craig Williams in the saddle and well drawn. And he's had a lot of market support. So interesting to see with him. Number 12, Mystic Journey. Obviously, she's a champion. She's been targeting this race from the outset. And she's had a few very good runs last time out. She was very good behind Kingswell Dream. I don't know. For me, I've just had that a little bit of a query. I could, if you want to back her, I'd say that at each way price, I think she is a good value. And I saw during the week one of the betting companies had her to finish top 4. I think you could probably entertain having a go at that. But it is really such an open Moonee Valley race, a Cox Plate race this year. From a betting perspective and a racing enthusiast, it's actually so good to watch this year because it really is an unknown. But to recap the numbers for me, I'll give it a lot of chances, and in the quaddy will be going very wide with this one. But number 10, Magic Wand for me, I think is a good each way chance of the $14 and $4.20 the place. In for second, number 9, Liz Gracieux, the favourite. In for third, number 8, Dancer Tira. And in for fourth, number 2, Avilius. We're on the final race of the card, race number 10. We're almost there. It's the Power Flow Solutions Stakes, Group 3 for the mares, 600-metre race. Look at the speed map in this one. So Amagiri and Consensus find the top. Music Bay won't be far off. And Something Silver, I'll have to double check because obviously I did my Manicato Stakes form for tonight yesterday. If you haven't already done so, go check that out. But I had Something Silver running in that. I'll have to double check if it is running tonight or if it's running. If it does run tomorrow, it'll be on the speed as well. Regardless, I think the Amangiri is going to be hard to beat here. I think the race is set up perfectly for it. It's going to be on the speed, doing its own thing, and be able to run on. It's third up here. It was really good last time. It was only just run down late by Natoya in the Bentley Yank Stakes. Prior to that, had former Rania. I just think it's building towards something, this horse. And look at last prep, it ran in genuine group form. It was 3 lengths off the chosen one. We've seen how that horse has gone and done since, run well in a Caulfield Cup. Was just beaten by Liferous over 2,000 metres. This horse is now just slowly getting into its work. I do think that 2,000 metres will be better for this horse, but third up here, I think it'll be extremely hard to beat on the speed. So I've got it on top, out of number 2, Girl Tuesday, who Chris Waller has mentioned she's worked very well, and coming out of that form behind Finch in the Kingston Town is pretty good form. Prior to that, she was excellent behind Samadou and obviously beat Bangkok in a open race in the Kensington track at Randwick. So this horse got a great chance. Got barrier 12, not a lot of tempo. That's my only concern about this one. The other horse I'll give a bit of a chance to, number 4, Music Bay, will be right up on speed. And as such, I think she'll be running home well. She's been around the mark. She was beaten by Rich Hitch last time out. I don't think that's the best form, the same as the My Pendant form. I think there's a few of these that got better form, but she'll be around the mark, I think, based off the speed map. And the other one I'll give a chance is number 3, Scarlet Dream, who's going to get better over further. But I think she's got a bit of a chance here also. I respect her. She comes from 2,400 back to 600, which is a real interesting move here. She obviously was excellent behind Articus over 1,500 metres in a benchmark 94. So perhaps bringing her back in distance might do the trick. So I'm going to put her in the numbers as a result. But look, tough race, because a lot of these are probably going for something else or going for further. But so that's why I am keen to go number 5, Amangiri. I think right form, third up here, looks like a hard chance to beat. Number 2, Girl Tuesday for second, in for third. Number 4, Music Bay, in for fourth. Number 3, Scarlet Dream. So look, a very difficult card tomorrow at Moonee Valley. There is a lot of good chances. So looking through my best bets, look, I'm not going to do Esperance. I think Esperance will be really hard to beat, but I'm not going to do a $1.90 favourite. I refuse to do that. For me, look, number 3, Villamile. While I do have a bit of concern there on the price, I think that it'll be extremely hard to beat. Got the right form, was really good last time out. So in race number 4, number 3, Villamile would be hard to beat at the $2.15. The other one who I probably would want to make as my best bet, it could almost be an each way price really as well, is race number 9, number 10 Magic Wand. I really do think it's that good of a chance. I'm not even going to put it as a value bet. I think it's actually one of my best bets of the card. I think it'll be extremely hard to beat, so I'm going to have it on top. You know what? Scratch that. Forget I did that. Race number 10, number 5, Amangiri. She'll be very hard to beat, I think. So just recapping my best bets. But bear with me. Race number 4, number 3, Villamai at the $2.15. Race number 10, number 5, Amangiri. My best value is race number 9, the Cox Plate, number 10, Magic Wand at the $14 and $4.20 the place. The other one I want to give a good each way chance to is race number 6, number 3, Seriously Asian at the $8.50 and $12.30. So good luck if you're following me, and good luck if you're playing yourself tomorrow. Hopefully I've given you a few chances in there. Hopefully I've had maybe something that you like in my numbers and I've persuaded you to perhaps back it. Great racing tomorrow. We're really looking forward to it. It's a great time here. If you're not going tomorrow, sit down on the couch, enjoy the day, put race.com on. And it's just a terrific meeting. It's just so good. I'm going to be there, and I'm going to be there tonight. I'm lucky enough that I'll be able to get a spot, and I'm really looking forward to it. So good luck if you're playing tomorrow, and good luck if you're playing tonight. Enjoy the racing. Hopefully we can find plenty of winners. 2 very difficult meetings. I think tonight's pretty gettable. I think we can find plenty of winners there. Tomorrow is quite difficult, but again, hopefully we can find something at a bit of value that sets up our day. So good luck if you're playing tomorrow. If stay tuned for my round week video. If you want to play there, I'll be doing that video preview right after this. And if you haven't already done so, as I mentioned, go and have a look at my Manicato Stakes video for tonight. In preparation, if you're looking to have a bet or looking to follow along. And also, if you've already done so, go check out my social media channels where I've got all those tips will be posted. And they'll also posted, I've got tips at Echuca today, and I'll have ones that tend to have tips every day as well. So if you want to do that, you want to be punting a bit more each day, go and have a look at that. So good luck if you're following. Thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate the recent support, especially on last week, Caulfield Cup. I really do apologise, didn't get too many winners, but hopefully I just provide a bit of entertainment. If you've got something that you like and I give a bit of a case for it, it can give you the chance to back it. So that's what I'm here to do. That's what I'm looking to do. Hopefully, obviously, find some winners. And for those who do follow me, hopefully we do find some winners. But it's more so that, you out there, I can give you a bit of a push for something that you might like, and I really assess the race and give the chances. So thanks for following. Enjoy the racing on the weekend, and good luck.